Oops. There we go. How's it? How's all you wonderful, fantastic, fantabulous, absolutely great people all doing out there today? Thank you very, very much for tuning in. I'm still recovering a little bit. Dylan Kumbrunk, always nice to hear from you. See you, my friend. Buzzy, thank you very much for always getting the link out and making sure that I actually get the link out myself. Nick Miller, good to see you again. Linda Finroyen, absolutely fantastic. Debbie, welcome. Yes, welcome December. We're going to talk about maybe December a little bit. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes, I try and put the links in the descriptions for the people who want to see the a good bit of politics in that, because I don't have much to talk about, and I've not got the day so much. Yeah, no, I still have it fairly badly.
Yeah, full of flu all the time. But I think it's the weather this side because we are quite cold outside. So out in the wind in the morning to go to school. So doesn't keep the flu away that easily.
Yeah, I need holidays, but we don't get Christmas holidays here in China. Um, Only sometimes some of the international schools might give you a week or so, but we're hoping to actually have Christmas Day off over here, because most of the schools over here carry on working on Christmas Day as a normal day. So, wow.
Yeah, they don't celebrate Christmas. That's why. It's
Yes,
a normal day. So I might be sitting at home on my own on Christmas Day. Who knows?
maybe you'll be working.
Maybe. I'll have all the Christmas food for myself.
What's Debbie say? You'll benefit with Olbus. Brilliant stuff to sniff. Jeez, I'm ready to sniff a grandpa powder right now. Never mind Olbus or anything like that. Those other little things are gone. They actually quite
Oh
work
yeah,
well.
the cough mixture.
The little tubes, yeah, they give little tube things. Yeah, yeah. I'm actually quite a bit more better
Last weekend.
than last weekend. Last weekend I was flat. I do apologize for not being in last weekend, but I was really flat and out. And yes, I can't believe it. I just closed my eyes and opened them, and it's guess what? It's December, guys. Mistletoe, Yuletime carols. Boney M gets dug up from the bottom of the shelf at the, underneath all the albums, or under the CD case. Boney M gets dragged out again, and we dust off the top shelf and find the Michael Bublé CD there again, etc.
Yes, and I'm binge watching Christmas movies. I love Christmas movies.
Yeah, in a when I go on to the, would you like to continue watching your movie? And I think, okay, I'll continue watching a movie I was watching. I've got to like skip through like about 6 or 7 Christmas movies that Ina had been watching.
Well, it's almost Christmas. It keeps me into the spirit because, like we say in China, they don't celebrate Christmas. They do put Christmas decorations up some places, and the kids at school sometimes. Some of the schools celebrate Christmas with the kids and they give gifts to them, but it's not the way we celebrate it. We do it differently. So yeah, we must see what happens. We actually weren't in China last year for Christmas. We went to Cambodia. So this will be our first Christmas in China.
Yeah. What's Debbie say? Peach will be cooking you a delicious meal. Wink, blink.
Yeah, we'll
Sibi,
see.
goeiemiddag almal. Goeiemiddag Sibi, hoe gaan dit? Baie goed om van jou te hoor. Die
Afrikaans.
Afrikaans klok nog lekker hierdie kant ook. Al is ons in die China. En nie is dit China. Endo, my favorite European South African. How are you keeping, my friend? Oh, geez, look there. Our favorite 7-star Michelin chef. Yeah, we're going into a new year. We've got to give him another star. Arbot, welcome, my friend. Really, really good to see you. I cannot wait to hear what recipes you are thinking up or busy planning for Christmas.
Yeah, well, I'm not even sure if we will be able to find any Christmas ham or anything like that this side, unless you. I think if you go on Taobao, you should actually.
Sam's Club should have.
I'm not sure. We'll have to. My favorite shop, Sam's Club. I buy everything from Sam's because I can just order online and they deliver it at our building. I just go down and pick it up. But yes, I will see if I can get hold of a Christmas ham for us for this Christmas. Otherwise, I might have to make us some malva pudding to keep us feeling at home.
Keep us as round as what we are.
Yes, that too. Trying to get less rounder, but what can we say?
Let me just try and get you in. Out
Sam's right. Yes, Hendo. I'm making Sam's rich. But I must say, it is not that expensive. It sounds expensive when you pay in RMB, but if you convert it, it's really not that expensive.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
No.
But I mean, for us, honestly, South Africa is not too bad. The problem, once again, that I say South Africa has, and I will always say that, is that income never kept up with inflation, because that's what everybody in the government shoved in their pockets.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, I don't know how people, normal middle class people, or even less than middle class people, survive in South Africa. Because if I look at the prices, it's ridiculous. I mean, we can buy stuff here actually.
Yeah.
And afford it, like.
What did you buy the other day?
Land?
No, but clothing. Let's take a look at clothing. Ina bought clothing the other day. Because I mean, bless her little socks. She doesn't easily get clothing, or hasn't had clothing, and she hasn't had winter clothing. And I know she longingly stares into the phone when she looks at the online Taobao shopping thing. But she has done some wise shopping. What did you get?
Yes, I bought myself some winter clothing. I bought about 26 items.
Yeah.
And I paid, if it's in rand, I paid about 1,250 rand for everything.
Okay, but
and that was like tracksuits.
There's tracksuit pants, yeah.
Yeah, there's tracksuit pants, tracksuit tops.
3 hoodies.
2 jackets, scarves, shoes, boots.
Yeah, pair of shoes, pair of boots.
Oh yeah, and I bought myself some tops and some turtleneck jerseys.
2 pairs of pajamas.
Yes, 2 pairs of pajamas, and I paid 1,250 rand if you convert my 500 RMB into rand. So it is, and if you shop wisely, you will find actually well-priced items. So yes, I can't buy that items in South Africa. I will pay like 4,500 rand for all of the clothing that I bought this side if I have to buy it in South Africa.
I unplugged the mouse.
Why did you unplug the mouse?
Ek het die muis uitgehaal.
He unplugged the mouse. So yes, the shopping was a good one. Is it?
She said. Sorry, yeah. I was trying to say Debbie's showing over there that Ina's a black belt shopper.
Yes, I'm actually not. I know how to look for pictures, because sometimes if you go on, there's stuff, but if you go through it, you will find the same item with different pricing. It depends on which supplier you're looking at. So you just have to scroll until you find the best price. Sometimes you throw 2 or 3 of the same thing in the basket, and then go back and check which one was the cheapest, and just delete the 2 that's more expensive than the cheapest one, and you take that one. That's how you find the bargains. So yeah. I have got a black belt. You're right, Debbie.
Yeah, because Taobao is like a consolidation of all the stores and everything together.
Yeah.
So they actually price compete against each other, and it's all consolidated through Taobao, which I think Alibaba's got a hand in somewhere along the line, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure, but it's basically you can get cheaper place things to buy on.
Like Pandada. Yes.
Pandada as well. And then, as you guys also pointed out, Timu's not a good place, but I don't think we can actually order from Timu
No, we can't.
in China.
But we don't have to. We've got so many platforms. Yeah.
Amazon, I think, is difficult to get delivery in China with Amazon. We used to use a place in Cambodia, or Amazon Express or something like that. But it was actually a guy who his business was actually ordering and getting the stuff in from Amazon for you, and then you pay him like 50, not RMB, what we have in real more, or something like that, 50 or 100 real more, and then they delivered it and they got it for you. So I haven't tried Amazon yet, but Amazon prices aren't exactly very, very low.
No.
And as far as yes, Amazon hasn't been very helpful in South Africa in that sense.
Yeah, no, we really don't need to go outside of China when it comes to buying online, because there are so many platforms here that we can purchase on. I mean, we go onto our WeChat, and if you go into your WeChat and you go into services, there's so much and so many places that you can actually order things from, like groceries or clothing, anything you want actually. Appliances, furniture. I mean, we buy furniture off Taobao. We can buy any furniture off Taobao.
Yeah, well, our desk, the chair that I'm sitting on.
Yes, and we bought a chair and for the lounge
and a couch that looked this big and it came this small.
But it's okay. It's doable. But like I say, we don't have to go out of China to do anything like that. China don't want Amazon competition.
Yeah.
Amazon is expensive. I think it's more expensive than Taobao.
China is the manufacturing company. That's why. I mean, I did mention it to you guys when I bought my iPhone last year, or the beginning of this year in February, and I said to you, well, yeah, maybe we should just go and buy it in South Africa, and I think we calculated rand value wise, it was 17,000 rand more in 17. It was the plus. You were working on a different one.
Okay.
It was 17,000 rand more in South Africa than what it was for me to buy it from the Apple store here than to buy it in South Africa.
Yeah, no, agreeable. So, yes, it is. I think if we look at things we buy here, it is much more affordable. Even I know Andre sometimes said that it was cheaper in Cambodia, but it's not. I do the shopping. I'm the shopper. I know. It's cheaper this side.
that glow in Ina's eyes when I come to bed's nothing but the glow from her cell phone shopping on Taobao in her eyes. Yeah, it does help. The only thing that doesn't help me is computer shopping, because there's no real place that you can go for computers, and if you do, it's got all Chinese on it. I'm sure if I looked a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll find there is a place. There is a place here that somebody told Andre about, but there's no competitive computer shops here. When you go to a place where they do the computers, it's like a whole block of a building.
But we haven't really done any serious looking, because we're still seriously struggling to put money together to try and get to South Africa in February. It's rather it's rather difficult at the moment, and it's a lot more pressure and stress than what it was the last times. So we're hoping to somehow just make ends meet.
Yeah, last year your school paid for our tickets, but this year we do it out of our own pocket. But we'll get there. We have to have faith.
Yeah.
That's it. Just believe it will happen.
Anyway, I thought I will share with you a little bit, seeing as it is December, about Christmas. And I did it last week, so that's why I actually have my. I just don't have all the videos. I took them all out. Um, so the whole screen. I understand. Let's proceed. Entire screen. Yeah. But I was doing Christmas, funnily enough, yes, with with the kids, and everyone was like, "Oh, but you're not allowed to do religion." And I went, "You know what? Let's take a look at how much religion is in Christmas these days. Let's take a look." Hendo says traveling abroad is becoming more and more expensive. It is. It's really,
Yes.
really hectic. I mean, even for us, it's we don't know where to look anymore for prices and things, and we're trying to save up. And yeah, yeah, on one salary, which has gone down a lot, is pretty challenging, if I can just put it that way. But yeah, taking a look, Christmas time again. Shall I put us down there? I did this with the students, and everyone was like a little bit worried. I said, "You know what? How can you do religion?" And
It's not religion.
I actually took a good look at it, and I started to break it down. And just to take a look at Christmas in general, um, it's a holiday that is celebrated on the 25th of December by most countries. But it has evolved, unfortunately, maybe fortunately, I don't know in what sense, in what fortune we're looking at that there. But it has evolved definitely from a religious origin to include global cultures, festivities. And this is what I wanted to look at. And this is what I sat with the class. And I said, well, let's take a look at this. You know what? Is it a Christian holiday or what is it actually? And we took a look. And it says, well, it began as a Christian holiday marking the birth of Jesus Christ. Which, yes, it began as a Christian holiday as Jesus Christ's birthday, but it wasn't a Christian holiday before. Long before that, it wasn't. It was only in the 4th century that in the Roman Empire they were having so many different festivals and pagan festivals and things that they actually decided to combine it with Christmas to try and align it so that all of them would sort of like fall under the banner of Christian or Christmas for a festival, one Christian festival. There was festivals. First of all, Saturnalia. The Saturnalias, Saturnalias that worshipped Saturn and the sun god. They actually had the tradition of exchanging gifts. And these guys worshipped the Saturn, I think it was the sun, and they also worshipped the birth of Mania or someone, but it was the sun god. It was his birth that they worshipped, and they held holy on the 25th. Then, about 400 years before BC, carrying on, I think it was BC, but you don't want to say BC, but about 400 years earlier than the century, the 4th century, the Norse celebrated festivals like Yule. And Yule meant they burnt Yule tree logs. So they brought the evergreen trees in from outside, and they burnt Yule logs and had a Yule festival over that period for good agriculture and a good year, as well as the summer solstice or the winter solstice festival that celebrates, the winter solstice. that celebrated. When it was the shortest day, they were celebrating for a good year as well. So there was festivities. Your trees actually came from the Norse, that were actually brought in evergreens and Yule trees. That's why a lot of people make a Yule log or something like that for Christmas cake and things. And they say there's a Yule log, or they've got a Yule log somewhere. The trees were from the Norse, who brought in the evergreen trees to burn the Norse logs, the Yule logs. And then the Saturnalia guys were the guys who actually exchanged gifts. And it was actually their god's birthday on the 25th that they held holy. And then there was also the winter solstice as well. What's Debbie say there? Pull that one up quickly. She says, pagans believe in nature's sacredness and that the cycles of birth, growth, and the death have spiritual meanings. Yeah. I'm just going through what I've got there. But these different things, we were talking about how these different things go into Christmas. And as we said, the gifts are not Christian.
No.
Trees are not Christian. The actual festival or feast isn't really Christian, although it's good Christian to sit down with your family. The trees are not Christian. Even the day of birth, it's not Christ's birthday on the 25th. They just decided in the Roman Empire this is the day that they'll celebrate it. It was only also a long time later, we'll take a look at St. Nicholas, where Santa Claus came in. But because we talking about the Romans changed this in the 4th century. Christmas trees reached 16th century Germany. They started using Christmas trees. And gift giving started symbolizing kindness and goodwill. But none of these traditions actually were brought in as a Christian tradition. One was brought in symbolizing goodwill and kindness. The trees were brought in from the Yule, from the Norse and that. And they apparently used to decorate them with apples. That was the garden, sort of like representing the Garden of Eden, which then actually manifested or evolved into the balls or Christmas tree balls that they have these days. Let's take a look at Debbie says, yeah, Saturnalia is a Roman festival that influenced Christmas traditions. Yes, Christmas tree originated from early Germanic tribes and Roman customs. Here we go. But originally, that's where they came on, and the Norse guys who brought them, they brought the trees in as well. But yes, the Romans influenced Saturnalias, because many of the Roman soldiers, and that were Saturnists. Got to be very careful when I say it. And then, of course, the legend of Santa, who has absolutely nothing to do with Christmas or Christianity either. Santa embodies the spirit of giving. He was transformed from St. Nicholas to a modern Santa Claus. And he's a red-suited jolly figure, became iconic through literature and advertisements. He's also known as the Weihnachtsmann, Baba Natale. But, and if you could create your own gift giving, who would it be? But yeah, it was actually, St. Nicholas was a bishop, and he was from Turkey. So this came in from Turkey. So everything came all over the place. And this was also only much later. And he used to, out of kindness, put a gift of food or money outside a poor person's house or something like that, if they were in need or something to that effect, without saying anything. And somebody did find out about it. And then it became, I think it was in Netherlands or something like that, he became known as Sinterklaas. And 1,500 years later, I think it is 1,500 years later, I think it was taken to the US, and Sinterklaas became Santa Claus. But they still didn't know what to do about Santa Claus. And then some dude wrote The Night Before Christmas, which many people still read together as a family on Christmas Eve. the night before Christmas still has nothing to do with Christianity. And it is about a big fat guy in a sleigh and everything like that, who parks on top of your roof with a sled and flying reindeer and then comes down the chimney. And then there's this picture over here that a artist, I don't know how long ago, he drew that. And that's where should I say, the design or the picture of Santa Claus originated from. Naturally, after that, Coca-Cola got hold of him and they took him and sort of owned him after that. I mean, these days, December, Santa Claus or Father Christmas and Coca-Cola go together. Excuse me, like a chalk and a cheese. So, yeah, you carry on.
Sorry about that.
Excuse me. But yeah, so we looked at celebrations in the US thank you, Debbie. Yeah, Hendo, that was the blueprint of Santa. I actually have little movie clips in between, but I wasn't going to show you the movie clips of everything. That's where they tell you about the Satanists actually are worshipping the day of their god that was born on the 25th. Ours wasn't even born on the 25th. Scholars don't really know. I think the closest they come is June somewhere or something to that effect. Yeah. Thanks, Dylan. But yeah, so we'll chat about this at the end. We'll take a look quickly. But in the US, thanks, Bussy. Yeah, the Yanks commercialized Christmas. Yeah, the West commercialized Christmas, yes. But yeah, it went over to there. And they do decorations and family meals and festivals, festive activities. But the tradition for Christians is going to church. They light displays, special meals, and then they have turkey, ham, and various dishes, obviously, because it is cold there. In Mexico, they have Las Posadas from the 16th to the 24th, which they reenact the actual journey of Mary and Joseph to the Bethlehem, and communities gather for singing and processions and pinata breaking, etc., etc. Noche Buena, Christmas Eve, features family feasts and fireworks. Then in Japan, now you've got to hear this out. Japan, Christmas has become more like a Valentine's Day. It changed into more for things for couples and lovers and things like that. But Japan celebrates Christmas with KFC. So they have cream cakes with strawberries and that on top is a very festive thing. And Japan, KFC is a huge thing in Japan in Christmas, because KFC got a magical marketing moment in the 70s. And they advertised or marketed a bucket of chicken with a bottle of wine for Christmas in the 70s. And that started off a thing, because obviously the couples thought it was cool to have their wine with their chicken. The people who were having a festivity together decided, well, it's nice to have wine with my chicken. And the Christians couldn't find turkeys anywhere, so they went for KFC chicken. But it is so popular that these days people still order place their order for their buckets of chicken 2 to 3 days before Christmas to make sure that they don't miss out. Thanksgiving, Buzzy, is something that is only celebrated in the US as far as I know. They used to do a little bit of it in Cambodia because there are quite a few US citizens in Cambodia, and so a lot of the little expat pubs and that had like Thanksgiving dinners and things, but we didn't even do it there. But no. Thanksgiving is non-existent in China either. It's about as existent as what it is in South Africa. But you go and take a look up about KFC and Japan at Christmas. It is a big, big thing in Japan over Christmas. And I've got a couple of kids talking about what the non-religious countries or non-believing countries do over. But yes, it's quite amazing, KFC. In Italy, they have the Feast of the Seven Fishes on Christmas Eve. where they have 7 different seafood dishes, which symbolize abundance. Sorry for you if you're allergic to seafood. But and
A
then
lot of fish.
La Befana, who's a kind witch, delivers presents on January the 5th. That's the Italian way. And then in Ethiopia, apart from dying of hunger, no, I'm kidding, they celebrate Christmas on the 7th of January. They play a game called Gena or Geno. It's actually known as Gena. They play that game. And the reason it's the 7th of January is because they follow the Julian calendar. And that puts the 25th and the 7th of January. What's Debbie say? She'll starve, not her favorite. Oh, no, I love seafood. So I'm okay. I'm okay in Italy. But they also go to have a church service and a feasting and community games and that. But you'll see there they've got like these sticks that look like hockey sticks. And it plays like hockey, but they're quite reckless with it. So that is what happens in Philippines. Not Philippines, in Ethiopia. They play Gena and they also do church. And then Christmas in the Philippines, this is Philippines, they have the longest Christmas ever. Because their Christmas starts in September. Remember, who's your friend Rob Sheila in Cambodia? You walk into their apartment on September, and their Christmas tree's up. So they start Christmas on the September already,
Yeah.
and then they have Simbang Gabi, which is 9 consecutive night masses before Christmas Eve in a row. Now, I take my hat off for everybody, because who would go to 9 church services before Christmas Eve? I think people would rather be out in pubs 9 nights and work before they go to church on the Christmas day. But yeah, this anyway culminates into a grand Christmas feast. So the Philippines are mostly, a lot of the Christian Philippines, though, are Catholic. But I don't think it is a recognized... I think the Philippines, they don't recognize Christmas. They would just make it a holiday there as well.
Yeah.
What is that cow safe for those sticks?
Hopefully the cow is safe.
You see, they go and beat the cow to death with sticks so that they can have a feast. Yeah, so that, and then there's countries that don't celebrate Christmas officially. Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, due to Islamic traditions, parts of Asia, China, Vietnam, they don't have it as a national day.
No.
I'll play that video at the end for you so that you can go if you want to. But many non-celebrating countries acknowledge the holiday period. It's gone global. Basically, Christmas has become a time. I'll play that video for you just now, maybe towards the end, because it's Endo, yeah. But so yeah, I'll maybe play it to the end because it's quite long, not quite long, but it's just normal kids telling you how Christmas is celebrated in Korea, in Macau, in Malaysia, in Vietnam, in Thailand, and everything, and it's telling, and Myanmar, and that telling you exactly what they do. And the bottom line is, Christmas has become a day that should be goodwill between people, kindness, generosity, spending time with your family, appreciating your family, looking over the year, being grateful for the year and grateful for what you're left with at the end of the year. There are many people who did not see the end of the year. There are many people who have stood with you through the year.
Yeah.
And there's another year that you've got to walk by for. And of course, Christian-wise, is to celebrate the birth of Christ. The only thing Christians need to do for Christmas is go to church. What's the least likely thing that Christians do on Christmas? Is go to church.
Yeah.
Trees are not Christian.
No.
But you will find them up in all the Christian homes. Presents are not Christian, but seeing as it is seen as a goodwill and everything like that, presents are there. What's the other one? Trees. Santa is not Christian, but you will have the Christmas mascot everywhere. The least likely priority on most Christians is to go to church on Sunday. That's the funniest thing of it all. It's the biggest, most important um, Christian holiday almost on the calendar, apart from Easter, which is non existent anywhere over here as well. They don't even use it as a secular holiday.
No.
But we, the Christians, seem to enjoy all the pagan or secular, let me put it as secular rather, enjoy all the secular activities and forget to actually do the one thing they're supposed to do is go to church to
say, yeah.
Yeah.
No, and the thing is, it's like Debbie says, cookies and milk or Christmas cake. Neither part of it. Yes, because nothing about the way people celebrate Christmas is part of Christianity. Nothing of it.
It's not a problem if you do it because
No.
obviously it's embracing the holiday and embracing
Correct.
the traditions, let me put it this way, that have been and that have evolved with the holiday. But we should not take our eye off the ball, which is, as Christians, what the holiday is for us. But I sadly, having worked in retail, have seen the very worst in Christians in December. I think December brings out the worst in Christians because
Well, in anybody,
many of them walk out of church
not just Christians,
straight
everybody.
into stores and they start spewing vile and horrific, I should say, handling of staff and people because they want this. There's no discount on that and this. You know what? Sometimes it's become, I want a bigger, better, more expensive. It's about the money, the gift, the size, the what, you know what? And we suddenly forgot the reasoning that Christians actually celebrate the Christmas. And the rest of the world is actually showing you up by actually being, okay, we don't worry about Christmas presents too much. Some of them do, but we worry about having a meal with our family.
Yeah.
And we worry about the next Xbox, PS5. Most of them are cars. Showed you the other day. We got cars for Christmas for the kids. All of that wonderful stuff. And yeah, I mean, I even feel guilty. I spend more time in a week gaming than what I actually do spend reading my Bible. And I think to myself, that's possibly not the best thing you can do, Andre. But yeah. CB says on Christmas Day, only go to church. Don't do any of the other things. There we go. That's all. That's all you need to do. As I say, I'm just all I said is I'm not kicking against anyone who does. Partake in any of the other traditions that actually make Christmas Day a celebration. But we shouldn't prioritize them above going to church on Christmas Day. That, as you say, as CB said, is the most important thing. Debbie says the secular advantages, secular advantages agree. We should be a reflection of 365 days, of the year.
Agree
there.
Well, we don't even have a Christmas tree in China. There's no Christmas decorations.
No, we don't have. We forget about the decorations and that. We're trying to find a church to get to. Hendo says, lost the essence of Christmas.
Yeah.
Sadly, yes. As I say, it has evolved, and it's nice that it has evolved in the world as a tradition of togetherness, of appreciation, and things like that, especially for other religions and other cultures and that. But as it evolved for others, did it devolve for Christians? Because did it get watered down? Because it should be big. I mean, I take a look at the Buddhist community in Cambodia, and when they have religious holidays, these guys have religious holidays.
They go all out.
I mean, things close down. You know what? They're at their pagodas. They're busy rolling rice balls. They're feeding the spirits. They're, you know what? Everything goes. Um, but yeah. So yes, I just wonder sometimes what happened to us. Hendo says, yes, it was supposed to worship your creator and have family time. Yeah. I love the fact that it's spread across the world. And I love the fact that there's entertaining traditions that came with it that makes it a nice festive time. Don't get me wrong. But I do embarrassingly look up and say, we didn't prioritize our priority correctly, where the rest of the world seems to have their priorities in order.
Yes, Debbie. Agree.
We should go back to the days where shops were closed on Sundays. Funnily enough, I was actually looking at a thing where it was Frajo Frag, and it's this what's the name from Averanya, the the guy who answers questions weekly about Orania. And on Sundays in Orania, the shops are closed, other than obviously the essential police, fire brigade people or whatever. And I think there's one like store that you can buy some food at if need be. But otherwise, everything else is closed.
It's all about money
CB,
nowadays.
that is a true word. People crush themselves under financial pressure every Christmas
Yes.
because of taking out the amount. It's becoming how much? They crush themselves.
I always say it's not how big or how expensive the gift is that you give. It's how you give it, and anything, even if it's small, if it was given with a good heart, it means more than the big Xbox or whatever people want to buy over Christmas. It's the way you give it, not how much you pay for it.
You know, the funny thing is, take a look at how unhappy people are if a shop isn't open on a Sunday. And it's usually the person coming out of church wanting to go shopping. It's that's the strangest thing. I mean, when I was in South Africa and I had my training business, and I was Fair Price Furniture was a Muslim company, and they had stores all over the place. I mean, I used to have an office in their main office in Johannesburg, and I used to go training for them in Brits, and I trained in Pretoria and Petersburg, what's it now? Polokwane, everywhere like that. And on Fridays, that whole company closed their stores on a Friday from 12 until 2, right over the country. Head office sort of closed down. I was like sitting at my desk, twiddling my toes. But every single one of their stores, because I know I spent a week in one of their stores, doing rewriting a policy for cashiers. And next thing, 12 o'clock came, everything closed up. I was busy doing training in, I think, Petersburg or Polokwane for, and I had a space in one of the warehouses. And the guy came up to me and he says, are we going to lock you in the warehouse or what? Or are you going to come out and come back again? I said, what do you mean? I said, you go on lunch and I'll carry on. He says, no, you don't understand. Everything closes down here between 12 and 2, warehouse included. And I had to go out and wait until 2 o'clock to come back to carry on with my training.
Yeah, no, Christmas, people spend too much money over Christmas time. Not supposed to spend so much money.
But I agree, CB. That's a very good point that you brought up. You know what? People get also, as you say, people that can't afford anything. There's people that can't afford anything that get made to feel bad, but people also get put under peer pressure. Yes, something Arbot says, rent is too high nowadays to be closed on Sundays. That's something else.
True.
it all runs around greed. I mean, you've got to try and sap your orange for everything that you've got these days. Uh, you- and you know what? If you close on a Sunday, you're losing to every single competitor that you have around you, and they are building up marketing.
Debbie.
Wat sê nou, when January comes, poor pauper dan sien die mense hulle gatte sonder 'n spieël in Technicolor fokol geld. Wag, somebody's got to try and decipher this. Hendo went absolutely balls to the wall with this one over here. When January comes, poor pauper dan sien die mense hulle gatte sonder 'n spieël in Technicolor fokol geld. Wag vir bydag.
Kyk wat sê Debbie. That's why they call it. Nee, gaan nie af.
Just
Put that one on. It's hilarious.
That's why they call it January. Yeah. You have the 12 days of Christmas and the 4 months of January.
Yeah, Buzzy, everybody acts like stores will never open again.
Yeah. I don't know. They didn't really have Black Friday in China, the 11th of November, 11/11, is more like a Black Friday where they have
massive
sales and things and stuff to that effect. But so that's more like their Black Friday. But once again, you got to like sit at your keyboard because there's no big stores and that are yet for you to like push through or go through. What was Black Friday like in South Africa? Was it big again? I don't know if people can afford Black Friday. I don't think the stores can afford Black Friday prices. I was just looking online at some of the software and things like that, and it's nice, but yeah, at the moment I think I've got quite a bit of I should say subscriptions, especially with AI at the moment that I'm working with. That is quite fantastic. I thought I was going to make you an AI of Nanjing today to give you a tour of Nanjing, all created by AI. But I was just lying down now and I was finishing off my school stuff, so I didn't. So I'll do it next week. But yeah, you speak.
Are you tired now? Andre's tired of speaking now.
But Black Friday, what was it like there? That's what we're looking at.
Yeah, no, I don't know, because like Andre says, we don't really have Black Friday here. And like I also said, you can find the same item on the platforms that we buy on. The same item you can go through and you will find it at a few places, and you will find a better price as you scroll through the app. So I don't think they really need to do Black Friday here, because you can get so much cheaper. It's called Test Your Intelligence Day.
Buy 4 for 60 when it costs 15 Rand anyway. You're right. People are just grabbing for they go into a hysteria and then grab. And then they end up with buyer's regret afterwards.
That's the thing. And like I said earlier, it's not how big of a gift or how expensive the gift is that you give. It's the thought of how you give it. I mean, you can give somebody something simple, and the way you give it is more meaningful than that expensive gift. And sometimes people didn't even want that gift that you paid so much money for. It's not what they really wanted. Because nowadays people are not even grateful for what they receive.
Yeah. Gratitude is something that we've got to learn to live with.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%.
And it's, I mean, I'd love to have a new computer so that we could stream properly in that, but I think we're lucky to still actually have this laptop to stream with.
Dylan says empty bank and no cheese. Yeah, well.
Empty bank and no cheese. Yeah, there's it.
That's true.
Yes, herd mentality. Yeah, herd mentality. everybody goes crazy. But yeah, empty bank, no cheese, and polony becomes the staple meat on your plate. What? Dry, salty crackers, forkol butter. But yeah, so I was just taking a look at it, and I was thinking, and as I was teaching the class, everyone said, "Well, how did you teach them religion?" And I went, "You have no idea that there is so little religion left in Christmas. It's just not funny. You've got church, and that's about it. And Christians aren't even adhering to that. They've taken on the other traditions more."
Yeah. No. For I mean, I prepared 2 PPTs for a friend, and I also had to do it about Christmas, but it is got no religion in it. It's all about the Santa Claus and his sleigh and his reindeers and um, the tree and the ornaments and everything that goes along with that. And that's what the lesson is about. It's got nothing to do with the way we celebrate Christmas, because you can't have a lesson in Asia about Christianity because most of them aren't Christians. So you have to do the pagan one.
Look, in my age group, I mean, we know that it. I mean, we were able to actually say it. You know what? It's a Christian holiday, which was birth of Christ. But we were talking about where it came in and how it came in and how everything else came into it as well. So,
just bless you. It's gone.
Weggesy. Ja. Wat Zenda sê, jy het nie eers margarine spread vir die crackers nie. Kom die 15th of January. Yeah. So yeah. And they don't really put up Christmas lights and things here either. I know in Cambodia they do. Yeah.
You'll see here and there, mostly at the schools. For the kids. They do it for the kids, but not in shops or anything like that, because they do not celebrate it. But like Andre says, in Cambodia, you can go and look at the Christmas lights in front of the casino. Beautiful Christmas light displays there. And through town and in the shops, they actually put it up. I mean, I always used to smile when we went to one of the shopping centers in Cambodia. What was that shopping center where we always used to go to the Starbucks?
Central.
But in any case,
there by Central Market was.
Yes. But when we walk around
Surya Point.
Surya Point, yeah. But when we walk around there, they used to play Christmas music. But when you listen carefully, it's actually Christian music. I don't even know if they realized that they were playing it, because it was Christian Christmas music that they played in the mall. I enjoyed it, obviously, but I always used to smile because I didn't even think they realized they were playing it. They just know it's a Christmas song, so they're playing it.
I like Dylan says those 8 months of January are scary.
Yes, it feels like 8 months in 1 month.
Yeah. No, I was worried because it was week before last, and what we were doing technology, and I said to the guys, I said, so what do you want to chat about next week? And the one kid said, tell us about Christmas. And I said, okay, with a sort of a big okay, because then I thought, oh my goodness, how am I going to work this? Christmas is such a religious holiday. How's it, John? Great to see you, my friend. And I agreed. And then when I actually went to look into it and started pulling information on it and AI is great at directing you to pages, by the way. You don't have to just get information off AI. You can actually ask for the source of information from AI so that you can actually go and delve more into it. And then you use Gamma to break it down into points and simplify. And I'm very much into my AI at the moment. But the thing is, when I actually got to breaking it down, I was actually surprised at how much easier. I was able to, obviously, as I said, in grade 11 and 12, I can mention it to them and say, and most of them say, yes, it's a Christian holiday that worships the birth of Christ. And I said, yeah, and it is a cultural holiday, and the involvement of it and where everything came from it. The Christians didn't say, oh, we'll pick up a tree and then we'll get this big fat red guy and that we give each other the best and biggest gifts so that we all broke for the rest of the year and we're going to save for the end of the year again and all that type of stuff. And it was really, really eye-opening to actually do a little bit of research onto that.
Yeah, no, it is. So it's quite a difficult subject when you're in an Asian country, because it's not something that gets spoken about.
Not really difficult because of how it's been sucked away by secularity, society.
Yes, but also it's not celebrated here. That's the thing. I mean, in Cambodia they celebrate it. Their kids get bought Christmas presents, and they put up a Christmas tree at home for them and everything. They celebrate it more there. Like, yeah, it's just a normal day.
Buzzy, I actually got to try and get hold of Alison. I can't find that email anywhere at the moment, so I didn't get to see it, and then I actually fell ill, so I haven't been able to see it anywhere there.
We will search for it.
Yeah, maybe I should find more controversial things so we can keep the mods busier, hey? But yeah, I looked at things. I mean, I've been watching. I looked at Ronaldo's thing on that other twat who accused the Irish pub of being racist, and now he's going to pay 1.25 million and things like that. But it's nice. But Pepper's Echo, we just maybe talk about other things a little bit as well, because it's
too many people do
politics. What I would actually
depressing.
I would like to close off with this, and then I'll actually show you then I'll leave the video on for the kids if you want to see what the kids say about how they celebrate in Korea and China and everywhere else. But what's John say? This mod comes with a hammer. MC Hammer. Yeah, I like doing a little bit of life discussions, and I don't mind if you disagree with me. I think it's very important to disagree with each other so that you can learn from each other. And this is what I try and teach in my class as well, is the fact of the matter that it's not a problem to be who you are, to have an opinion, or to have a feeling that is different to somebody else's. What is important is how you put it over, so that you can respect each other for each other's opinions. And that's what I'd like. Yeah, so if you disagree with me, it's great. I don't mind at all. You know what? I'd like to hear your side, and we can put a lot of things in, because I don't believe that everybody that watches Pepper's Echo feels or is Christian or anything like that. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? However you celebrate Christmas or how you see Christmas would be a good thing. If it counts for you and your family, sometimes, as I say, a non-Christian has, I'm going to get careful for falling over myself now, but has more dedication than Christians do. And that's what scares me sometimes, is the fact that our dedication is drifting away to, in my sense, I've always tried to be, and it has probably put the most pressure on me, is a people pleaser. And you can't please everybody, unfortunately. And then you can't be arrogant about things either, but you should be able to have your own perspective and your own opinion, thank you, of something. And the only difference is how you put it out. That creates the respect that you get in. And what's it? Enda says, Nia, we already have that with Woes Gousie with his doggy Jan van Riebeeck hairstyle and Colonel Chris Wyatt morning shot. Yeah, I watch Morning Shots coming along nicely. What I would like from those guys, here's just it's not a crit. Sorry, had to do that. It's not a crit, and I'm not saying anything bad. But what I would like from them is they are so busy telling us what is wrong. Maybe not Morning Shot so much. They just regurgitate the news in different ways. But everyone is now hitting mainstream media, which I'm in agreement with. And I'm going to go over time here by accident. But everyone's hitting mainstream media and saying, you know what, they are owned by the government and they run singing the left woke and etc., which I am in agreement with. And everyone's pointing out their mistakes, which is fine. But other than Renaldo, Chris, Morning Shot, Joe Emilio. I don't know if Big Daddy Liberty's up still. I haven't really watched anything hectically this week other than two crap movies. New Sylvester Stallone movie, Armor, is really not so good. And then the other one with Liam Neeson is even worse.
Yeah, that was also not a good movie.
But anyway, I would like them to actually turn around and say, hey, this is where you must go and take a look for news. I mean, I can't always catch your video show or your and yes, you can rewatch it sometimes, but then I'm not, other than Morning Shot that gives you a small little dose, I sometimes can't spend that hour or 2 hours watching or whatever. But sometimes I want to go and read about it. Why does anyone say, hey, the only newspaper or whatever that I've heard people say is fairly good, although I haven't judged it for myself yet, is Ground News. But I think we need to...
Dylan.
Cheers, Dylan. Take care. But I think, and that's my only question is, it's great, point them out, knock them down, put them in their place. But tell the rest of us, where can we go and open up a web page to see proper news? Because surely if they get the right news, is there not somebody else that also does so? It can't be that. So I would just like to know, is there a web page that I can put, that I can sometimes when I'm riding in the DD to school, it takes me 15, 20 minutes, and I can read over a piece or two or something like that, that I can find the right news. Just a small thing. What's Arbot says, Morning Shot did positive news for a while. They lost subscribers. I don't want positive news from them. I just want to know where I can find true news. I don't need positive news. I just want to know that other than the four that I've just spoken about now, where do we go? Is there a site that we go for positive news? Yeah, no, I did positive news once as well when I was busy doing news, and I just saw my ass as well. Nobody wants to hear anything nice these days. Watch King of Tulsa, Sylvester Stallone. Hendo, I finished that one long time ago, dude. Long time ago. I've forgotten the ending. That's such a bloody cliffhanger. It's just not funny. No, seen it, done and dusted. What I did watch again, and it was actually Renaldo mentioned it on his members-only stream on Saturday, was The Count of Monte Cristo. Now, the 2024 one, all that I could find was one in French or something like that. So I watched the 2004 one again, and it was actually very, very nice watching that again. I watched...
Hendo, he's done with the new season.
The new season 3, Hendo, because I've finished season 2. Is season 3 out, Hendo? Because season 2 I've forgotten about already. Yeah, Arbot, not IOL. No, you can't go anywhere. IOL, the Daily Maverick, everything is finished. I watched, what did I watch? A good movie, Panels. If you like anything like Tenant or anything like that, Panels was a good movie, Panels. And then what did I watch? Was the other one?
No, I didn't watch
with John Cena.
He didn't watch with me. He watched without me.
I was sick, so I was lying on the couch. Okay, guys. I'm going to put on the stream.
No, he is not a bench watcher. He had to wait for each episode to come the next week.
In Japan, because
They
we're
weren't
not
there
a
just
Catholic
for him. He
country,
had to wait
it's
for the
not about
episode every week.
Jesus or
I
family,
waited
family
weekly
thing.
as
The
it came out.
tradition
It
we have
comes on
over
the
there
box.
is we eat Kentucky
There
Fried
you,
Chicken,
Yashi
KFC,
says Japan,
for Christmas.
KFC.
Like the Christmas meal is KFC, and because KFC is foreign
yeah.
to Japanese, somehow it
I'm gonna
adapted
leave you
really
on this
quickly.
one
So every year people
and
be like,
let you
"It's
watch,
Christmas with Kentucky."
We would
by yourselves.
celebrate
You guys
Christmas
can go if
and
you
New
want
Year in
to,
the same
but thank
time,
you
so
very,
we
very
would have
much
a
for
long
being such
holiday.
awesome
Usually we
people,
would go to
for
the
all
North
your
part because
support.
North part in Thailand
And
is
yeah,
pretty cold.
what's
We
it?
would
I
feel
started
more
watching the madness,
Christmas feeling.
captivating it.
In our family,
And
we don't
Inside
celebrate.
Man,
I usually wake up in the afternoon and then I stay home. Nothing special, just do whatever I want.
As I remember,
My
they don't
madness is trying to
celebrate
get back
Christmas
to-
at all in China. Because
trying
they don't
to
have
get back
any
to
holidays
gaming a
of
bit.
Christmas.
But
But
right now,
they
I'm going to
do
get back
some
to it.
decoration in big shopping malls.
Best
I
movies, Chris?
usually celebrate Christmas 2 times,
Christmas still
one
is?
with my friends and one with
Oh.
my family. We
I was
don't
reading
really
it in
have a
Afrikaans.
religion, but because it's just a Christmas vibe, so we just gather
Die
around
Hard.
and eat together.
The
When I
Heart.
gather out with my
What are we
friends, we
talking
usually
about,
go
Arbot?
on a
Die
barbecue
Hard.
and then we do Secret Santa. And then we drink
Arbot, I
until
really am
next
sick.
morning.
I thought,
My parents were not
goodness, I didn't
religious.
take
I
you for an
remember when I
Afrikaans
was
movie
young,
watcher, Arbot.
we would set up Christmas decorations, like Christmas tree. But after I get older, we
But
can
anyway,
just eat
I
dinner
am going
together.
to leave
We
this to
do
finish off so
Philippine
you
food,
guys
of
can
course.
go.
We
If
have
you want to listen
lumpia,
to the rest of
spaghetti,
it, it
a whole
is,
chicken.
In Myanmar,
not
we
very long.
normally don't celebrate at all. We are mostly like Buddhist people there.
It is
But
quite
some
long.
people
It's
are
about
Christian.
5
They
minutes till
will
that
put
you've
light
got
in
it
front
on
of their
there,
house. The
so
music band will come in
I
front
will
of their
just
house.
cut
They
it.
will sing like
But
"Yay,
yeah.
Mother County, Ming La Yao Say Do, Yao
Guys,
Say Do."
thank you so
Also,
much.
some Buddhist
Drop us a
people
mail
will
or a
put
message
the
if you
light
can
in front
think
of
of
their
something
house,
we can,
so the Christian
yippee-ki-yay.
people will know that they support them. So they will come in front of their house and then
It's the one
sing.
thing
Christmas
everyone knows from-
celebrations in Korea is very
yeah.
westernized,
Take care,
I have
look
to
after
say.
yourselves,
Korea
be
has
good,
about
and if you
half
can't
of
be
the
good,
population who are Christians,
Cheers.
but also the people who are not Christians, they also celebrate Christmas. Obviously, they don't go to church, they just celebrate for its sake, for fun. They also take the spirit of Christmas into their culture. Many people have trees and decorations for Christmas at home.
So Christmas Day and Christmas Eve is just a regular day for me because my parents don't have celebration for this. During that period of time, some of my friends, they have time and we just have a dinner and something like this. But we seldom celebrate like, oh, we are having Christmas.
When I was a kid, we celebrate Christmas with our family more. And then when we grow up, we do it with our friend more. We basically just throw out Christmas parties and we order food, spend the night together. We have party games, Secret Santa. Some people would order turkey, but I don't think everyone would do it.
Like before the Christmas, there will be a lot of ornaments hanging on the lights or even in the houses. It's called parol. And there's always a contest for parols. And there will always some kind of contest for Mr. and Mrs. the Christmas. You know, Filipino likes to party.
Christmas is not an official holiday in Vietnam, but the majority of the people in Vietnam, they usually go out to the center of the city. This is well decorated with a lot of lights. They go to the nice restaurants and the bars to enjoy music and the food.
So I feel like in Macau, everyone celebrates Christmas differently because Macau has people with very culturally diverse backgrounds. I personally celebrate twice. On Christmas Eve, I have dinner with family friends, and then after dinner, we wait around until midnight, and we will exchange presents then. And then on Christmas Day, I celebrate with my family. We have dinner and exchange gifts. And then we also have turkey on both dinners. My aunt also usually makes bacalhau con natas. It's like cod fish with this like sort of cream sauce. It's really good. I really like it.
No, it is a tradition to have a spaghetti or a fried noodles, which is called pancit. It's either of those both, or you could also have another pasta that is called sopas.
On the 25th, I celebrate it with my family. We gather up and we eat roast chickens, mashed potatoes. Oh yeah, but we have a Christmas cake. It always tastes bad. It's full of frosting and then snowman and Christmas tree, just icing. It tastes so bad, but we have the cake.
We celebrate a Sunday before the Christmas with the members in the church. We do exchange gift for the children only.
When I was really a kid, little kid, then so you go to sleep and then the next day in the morning you will have a present. Because you are being such a good kid, you behave good.
Fathers dress up as a Santa Claus and they bring the gifts to the kids.
Like the teacher will say, like tomorrow we will exchange gift for Christmas. So you bring your gift and then you will exchange.
For our tradition, like we give cookies for like a wealth.
But in Japan, we don't really exchange gifts. Unless you're like a dating couple, you'll have to buy gifts for your significant other.
I think jewelry is the most common gifts.
The kids would play around and we buy small gifts for the kids.
My Christmas tradition is my family to gather together and give thanks, sing some carols. We wait for the midnight to say Merry Christmas and then we eat.
Hong Kong, they do have Christmas holiday, of course. Sometimes I would go out with my friends, like gathering, maybe also go shopping as well, because they have some Christmas discount, and we also book a hotel and celebrate for it.
It's a public holiday on 25th, but everything is open.
Actually, in some parts of Vietnam, some have a lot of Christians stay in the same area, and those people, they usually decorate their house in a very beautiful way. The other people coming to that area is give them the sense of going to the Western city.
In Bangkok, they will have like a big Christmas tree there. We went there to like take a picture and celebrate that because there would be like a celebrity singing, and then that's why people like to go on the shopping mall and eat outside, not really eat in the house.
The carols from the West, they have Korean version with Korean lyrics. Those popular singers, they have dedicated albums to carols.
Back in Myanmar, they have in the mall, they have Christmas tree, they have lightnings. They just celebrate, but they don't know the meaning behind of it. It's just like a festival for them.
We do have a small Christmas tree in our living room and we put a mistletoe ring hanging in the door. I guess Macau's pretty good at decorating.
Sometimes I would like to invite my friends to take some photos, like atmosphere looks like Christmas.
They hire some people and then dress up like a Santa. They don't send out like gifts, asking people to take picture with them, and that's kind of fun. I know this giant big Christmas tree somewhere in Hong Kong, but I just personally don't go there.
For me, growing up, we don't really believe in Santa. It's just a cartoon for us.
Nowadays, we're talking about globalization, and the culture in Western countries will be brought to the Eastern countries. And vice versa. So I think a lot of people now, they would like to celebrate the holidays of the other countries as well.
In Thailand, we usually put a lot of holiday of other country in our country. So we would have like not only Christmas, we would have Chinese New Year too.
We give more importance the end of the year instead of the Christmas, because we do believe that Christ was born, but we do not really put importance that he was born in December.
Since I was young, I don't really know what is Christmas, and I don't know what is Santa Claus is. Thai people doesn't know the story of the real Christmas. I was surprised that like Jesus Christ like born the same day as Santa Claus give a gift to the kids. The people in Thailand, if they don't have any connection with the Western, they would think Christmas is just an exchange gift.
Christmas is really kind of romantic in Japan with all those lightings. When I was a kid, there wasn't really decorations. There wasn't really a Christmas, the idea of Christmas. But in the recent 20 years, I guess, they have lots of light decorations. We call it illuminations over there. For Japanese, the Christmas is not family gathering. It's more for romantic couples taking a walk and enjoying the view.
So New Year's is more for the family celebration and gatherings. But Christmas is more an opportunity to have a romantic gathering. On Christmas Eve, couples book the restaurants in advance. So pretty much all the restaurants are booked. You won't find a table, so you have to book early in advance.
When I was young, we exchanged gifts because, I don't know, I'm thankful for my parents. Not to say that I'm not thankful now, but when we've grown older, we just don't exchange gifts anymore. We just spend time. I think time is more important than gifts to us.
We usually just say Merry Christmas, even when our conversation is in Chinese.
There's no other way to translate in Myanmar. We just say Merry Christmas.
圣诞快乐
Chúc bạn Giáng sinh vui vẻ.
圣诞节快乐
Feliz Natal
Merry Christmas!
Maligayang Pasko!
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
Want to get a truly international university experience in Asia? Visit our website.
And if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.